Reports tonight that CIA Director Gina Haspel is traveling to Turkey amid an international outcry after Saudi Arabia's explanation about the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. And the Turkish president says his investigation into Khashoggi's death will reveal the naked truth, possibly a different truth. Also tonight, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin meets with the Saudi Crown Prince as he continues to deny any involvement in the killing. But President Trump says he is not satisfied by what he's heard from the Saudis so far.
I'm going to know very shortly because I have a great group of people in Turkey right now and a great group of people in Saudi Arabia, and I will know very soon. And I am not satisfied with what I've heard.
Joining me now, Fox News contributor, former CIA station chief Daniel Hoffman. Always good to have you with us.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start with Turkey because we know the CIA director is en route, if not already there. Erdogan has said he's giving this speech tomorrow, and he is going to publicly lay out what they have found in their investigation so far. So how important that she is there as well?
Yeah, I think it was a great move for her to travel to Turkey because the essence of what President Erdogan is going to say tomorrow is based on the intelligence that his service, his intelligence service, has collected. The technical surveillance of the consulate, human surveillance, is really the basis, the evidence on which the whole case relies. And I think Director Haspel will be there tomorrow herself firsthand to examine the evidence and to engage with senior Turkish officials.
Okay, the Washington Post says this tonight, says the chief concern for Washington is that Erdogan will reveal details about Khashoggi's killing that implicate Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has been a key ally for the Trump administration. I mean, listen, they're in a tough spot, but the president has said repeatedly, we're sending our top people over there. We know that Secretary Mnuchin's over there. Now the CIA director, he says, we want to know the truth.
Right, and that is the key question we've been asking since this began. Who gave the order to send these 15 Saudis on the Gulf Stream to essentially to murder Khashoggi? And were those orders carried out as they were intended? And was the guy who gave the orders Mohammed bin Salman? And if it was, that is going to have serious implications for our bilateral relationship. Just tomorrow begins the Saudi Investors Conference, and nobody's showing up except the Russians and the Pakistanis. That really doesn't augur well for Prince Salman's signature policy, the 2030 vision designed to diversify the Saudi economy. That's really where the Saudis are also going to have to make some important decisions about their future.
Bret Baier this weekend talked with the Saudi foreign minister, and here was his explanation about this mission.
This was an operation where individuals ended up exceeding the authorities and responsibilities they had. They made a mistake when they killed Jamal Khashoggi in the consulate, and they tried to cover up for it.
And he did go on to refer to it as a criminal act. He said people will be held responsible. Will there be definitive enough findings to tell us whether or not the Crown Prince was directly involved in giving orders?
Again, I think that's the penultimate question. I'd be hesitant to offer a guess about whether I think the evidence is going to prove that or not. But what I would say is that our intelligence community already knows a whole lot. And right now the Turks are out front saying what they've got with the evidence. We'll hear more tomorrow. But I think there's going to be a lot more work to do. And one of the reasons why Secretary Pompeo flew to Riyadh and pressed the Saudis, I think partly was because we kind of know a lot about what happened and we're trying to get them to do the right thing with some transparency. We know that at the beginning, they had said that Khashoggi simply walked out of the consulate, which wasn't true. And then this odd description of a brawl which erupted with one guy against 15. Yeah. So there's still a lot of truth to get to here.
I want to quickly ask you before we go about Russia, about the president's decision to pull out of the INF treaty. He says we're going to build up our nukes until they come to their senses. We're just going to keep doing it so nobody can challenge us.
Yeah, this is a good bit of Kremlin theater. Going back to 2007, Vladimir Putin said that the INF treaty wasn't very good for Russia. He needs intermediate-range nuclear forces to deal with Europe and to deal with China as well. He's got the SS-25. He's absolutely violated this treaty, but he's trying to portray it as if the United States is the one not adhering to the treaty. Russia likes to say that we're committed, that Russia is committed to a multipolar world, and it's the United States that we need to deal with. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I'd really like to see Ambassador Bolton go out and give one of his press conferences from Moscow where he holds the Russians accountable.
It'll be very interesting to see if that meeting takes place, what we get afterwards. Daniel Hoffman, thank you as always.
Thank you.